welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Marissa. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I share stories here about relatable stuff, sometimes mental health stuff and such. So currently I'm kind of just processing some things on my own time, and my therapist recommended to talk about it if I feel the urge. So I am. This is what I'm doing. So I'm currently reading this book, and there is a couple of things in here that really kind of made me think about the things lately, and it's helping me process a lot of that information, and it's helping me understand myself a little bit better, and it's helping me understand how people work in general, like as a being, and how we can help self-regulate, I guess, too. The book that I'm reading is The Power of Now, and there are a couple of things on pages 36 and 38 that I want to go over and talk about how, I guess, they relate to me or how I interpret them. As long as you are unable to access the power of the now, every emotional pain that you experience leaves behind a residue of pain that lives on in you. It merges with the pain from the past, which was already there, and becomes lodged in your mind and body. This, of course, includes the pain you suffered as a child, caused by the unconsciousness of the world into which you were born. So the way I interpret this is that if you are not focused on the present moment, what you're experiencing right now, then anything you feel, essentially, anything that causes like a negative pain or emotional negative reactions from you will live within you still. Like, that's going to stay with you. And then anything you have felt in the past that's also negative feelings or negative emotions will merge with those now new feelings of the same sort. So you are continuing to add more and more and more emotional pain as you feel it, essentially. And it says this, of course, includes the pain you suffered as a child, caused by the unconsciousness of the world into which you were born. So I interpret that again as a child, you're brought into the world without consent, essentially, and you are just experiencing things as they happen to you, and you don't really have a say. So sometimes sometimes those things are not happening to you necessarily, but they're happening around you. So you're not going through them, but somebody else is, but you're still empathizing and you're feeling and then, still affected by those things that are happening around you. And so that emotional pain that's then been there since the beginning has now merged with all of the other things you felt throughout your life and are feeling now, if you're not focused on the present moment and what is actually happening in your life. Feelings and emotions, if you continue to let them live within you and allow them to stay negative, and you continue having that point of view from that negative angle, it will cause more emotional distress. It will cause more pain, physical, emotional, psychological, whatever. And you are not going to be able to break the cycle. And I know that's easier said than done. And those that experience these cycles know how hard it is to get out of them sometimes. And it's not like it's a flip of a switch that happens overnight. It's like accumulated things that happen over time, and then you continue to, or at least this is how I experience it. Over time, you continue to put a band-aid on it and just continue to move through it, the things that are uncomfortable. The more you try to mask the pain that you are feeling, the more painful it becomes over time. That's how I interpret that. And then there's something else I want to read on page 38 that also kind of relates to this and stands out to me. Once the pain body has taken you over, you want more pain. You become a victim or a perpetrator. You want to inflict pain, or you want to suffer pain, or both. There isn't really much difference between the two. You are not conscious of this, of course, but will well-mentally claim that you do not want pain. But look closely and you will find that your thinking and behavior are designed to keep the pain going for yourself and others. If you were truly conscious of it, the pattern would dissolve, for to want more pain is insanity, and nobody is consciously insane. The way I interpret that is that once you continue to feel all your feelings, and all the negative ones specifically, oh, this happened to me, and that happened to me, and this is happening to me, and that happened to me, and yes, those things happened, and we experienced them. But if we're continuing to focus on them only, you are only going to continue feeling bad about yourself, and the more you continue to feel bad about yourself, the more you're going to feel bad about other things, like different people around you, or things happening around you, or the world. And you will allow others and other situations to affect you more than you should. If you want to break the pattern, you do have to consciously make a choice to not think about the things in a negative light. You either have to view it from a different perspective to kind of like retrain yourself that, okay, well, this could have happened for this reason. It didn't have to be like this. It could have happened for me to learn this or that. But there are certain situations that happen, and there's like no way to put a good spin on them, And that's, I guess, the parts that are hard to process if you don't have the answers. I guess we don't always have to answer the question why something happened, just accepting it for what it is. And as hard as it is to try and move on from it, but like, what do you do when you can't? I guess I still struggle with that too, and I'm still trying to figure it out too. Yeah, I don't know if I have more to say about this topic, but I guess I just wanted to interpret those two things because they're kind of helping me as I'm thinking back through my past and the things that my brother and I were exposed to and the things that we experienced and how they shaped who we are now and how we deal with things and how we react to situations and people and why we do or behave a certain way. I guess I'm still learning a lot of that, and that's okay. That's what we're here for, personal growth. And anyway, I hope this wasn't too random and too long-winded or whatever, but if you're still here, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.